There's a moment that happens almost every day, and I will dare and say it happens with almost everyone. You're alone, home, in the kitchen. Maybe it's evening time. That low light when you haven't bothered turning on, that lamp just above the stove. You're looking for something in the fridge, shifting those jars around, and you say it out loud. Where did I put that? Nobody's there. Nobody asked. You just said it anyway. Into the hum of the fridge and the quiet of the room. I do this constantly. I'll be making coffee in the morning, half awake, and I'll mutter something about the milk being nearly empty, like I'm filing a complaint to no one. I'll drop a spoon and say, okay, out loud. Absolutely no one. Like I'm narrating my own small disaster. I've caught myself talking through a search for my keys. Not there, or not there. Why would it be there? Like I'm hosting a quiet little show for an audience of no one. Me. And here's the part that gets me. I never decided to start doing this. There wasn't a day where I was like, from now on, I talk to myself. It just happens. The second I'm alone long enough and something needs sorting out. We tend to joke about it, don't we? Oh, I talk to myself. I must be losing it. But when you actually stop and think about it, it's one of the most ordinary things a person does. Almost everyone does this. We just don't bring it up much because it feels a little exposed, like someone caught a private moment on camera that was never meant to be seen. There's a theory I came across that this kind of talking out loud is really just thinking that hasn't finished forming yet. I know, hear me out. When a thought is simple, it can stay quietly in your head, no problem. But when something's a bit more tangled, when you're hunting for something or working through a small decision, or just trying to process what happened 5 minutes ago, saying it out loud seems to help settle it. Almost like your brain needs the sound of your own voice to actually hold onto the thought properly, to make it real. What I find interesting is how specific it is. You don't really talk to yourself about the big things, do you? Nobody stands in their kitchen at 7 a.m. narrating their 5 year plan out loud. It's always the small stuff. The lost remote control, somewhere in the couch cushions, the traffic light that's taken just a little too long, the wait, did I lock the door that hits you the second you've already turned the corner and you're too far to check. I think it's because the small stuff doesn't really have anywhere else to go. The big things you'll eventually mention to someone, your friend, partner, even just a text message typed late at night. But the small stuff has no real home. Nobody wants to hear about your search for your remote control. So it comes out right there into an empty room because that's the only audience that happens to be available at the time. I've also noticed I talk to myself differently depending on the mood I am in, which I think says something, even if I'm not sure what it is. When I'm stressed out or running late, it's a short and clipped, "Come on, where is it?" And "Seriously?" Almost like punctuation on the moment. But when I'm calm, a slow Sunday, nothing pressing, it stretches out. It becomes longer, almost like an actual conversation. I'll ask myself a question out loud and then genuinely answer it. Like there are two people in the room instead of one. Like I'm keeping myself company. Maybe that's the real reason behind all of this. Not loneliness, not anything to be concerned about. Just a person quietly checking in with themselves. Because nobody else happened to be around at that exact moment and the thought needs somewhere to land. I think about how much of a day actually happens like this, in these small gaps that nobody else ever sees. The version of you that exists only when the room is empty and the door is closed. The one who talks to the cat like it understands. The one who rehearses what they're about to say on the phone out loud twice before they're actually dialing. The one who sighs and says, "All right," to an empty room for no reason at all. Just to mark that something is over. None of that version of you makes it into conversations with other people. It's not for anyone else. It's just the sound of you existing when there's nothing performing about it. You talk to yourself, I talk to myself, probably more than either of us would ever actually admit, which is sort of funny when you think about it. That the thing we're slightly embarrassed about is something basically everyone is doing separately in their own kitchen at the same time every single day. I don't think this needs fixing. I don't even think it really needs an explanation. Not fully. It's just one of those small human things that happen quietly in the background of a life. The bits that never make it into any story you tell about your day, but that are happening constantly underneath it anyway. And maybe that's enough. Maybe it's just one more quiet little proof that you're in there, thinking even when nobody else is around to hear it. This is Quiet Echoes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, welcome. I'll see you in the next one.